Why would a political leader in a highly heterogeneous country like Nigeria be reckless and insensitive when allocating the commonwealth of a society? The attempt by the federal government to completely sideline the Southeast from the student loan scheme is a conspicuous act of injustice. It is an inflammatory action capable of eroding the nascent trust President Tinubu had gained from the establishment of the Southeast Development Commission. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund scheme is a federal government initiative introduced with the aim of bringing financial assistance to Nigerians who desire to have access to formal education but are indigent. As a federal government creation, the scheme is supposed to serve all Nigerians without discrimination. By virtue of the federal character principle sanctified by the 1999 Constitution, the federal government is under obligation to observe this principle in all its policies and programs. Unfortunately now, Nigerians in the Southeast who are eligible for the scheme are not only indigent but are also left feeling indignant and mistreated. The management of the NEL Fund claimed that this exercise would be free of tribal or geopolitical coloration, but this claim flies in the face of evidence in the published list of educational institutions that have received their loan disbursements. In the publication, the highest number of academic institutions, a total of 6, which have received the fund, is in the Southeast. 2 institutions in Oyo State, University of Ibadan and the Federal College of Education. 2 institutions in Ogun State, Federal College of Education, Abeokuta, and the Federal Polytechnic, Ilaro. 1 institution in Lagos and Osun State, each, University of Lagos and Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. In the Northwest, 5 institutions from Kano, Kaduna, Katsina, Kano, Zamfara, Jigawa, and Kebbi states benefited from the funds. Coming down to the Northeast, 4 institutions from Borno, Adamawa, Bauchi states received these funds. Then 3 institutions from the North Central states of Kwara, Niger, Plateau got their disbursements. In the South-South, 1 institution from Edo State benefited from the funds. Having noted all these regions, it is unfair and irritating that not even 1 institution or 1 state was allowed to benefit from the first batch disbursements. Mr. President, may I remind you of what you said in April? Hear yourself.
We have just signed a bill proclaiming the student loan effectively. First of all, I must thank the members of the National Assembly for their expeditious handling of this bill, considering the children of Nigeria, that education is the tool to fight against poverty effectively. We are determined to ensure education is given the proper attention necessary for the country, including skill development programs. This is to ensure that no one, no matter how poor their background is excluded from quality education and opportunity to build their future. We are here because we are all educated and we are helped. In the past, you've seen a lot of our children drop out of colleges and given up the opportunity. That is no more. The standard and the control is there for you to apply, no matter who you are, as long as you are a Nigerian citizen.
Mr. President, you assured that the process would be devoid of discrimination. Why do we see the opposite? It is implausible to say that the first batch of the scheme was reserved for regions with the poorest academic deprivation. This argument borders on equality and could have been valid only if the Southwest was not included in the scheme. On the issue of equality, the South is not granted the leeway to realize its full potentials in the Southeast. The idea of equality of opportunity is that each person is guaranteed the same chance to succeed in life. The federal government's policies and programs must redistribute wealth and status so that economic and social equality is actually achieved. The Southeast is the smallest region in the country, yet the region is the leading contributor to Nigeria's overall economy. Prominent Yorubas have given testimony to the huge inputs of the Southeast to this country's progress.
I was at a meeting a few days back last week, and they said, the Igbos, we must find a way of checkmating them. I sat there in the midst of them, and the man said, you are not even saying anything. I said, what is the offense? He said, they are bought everywhere in Lagos. They are buying and buying. And I said, when they came with gun and shot your people, or your people collected money for the purchase. Baba looked at me and said, why are you like this? I said, I'm like that. Did your people sell to them? Or they brought gun and said, your land or your life? Why don't you land their industry? Who asked you to sell your land? That was the end of the meeting. If you are going to invite me into a meeting where we are going to move the nation forward, don't pitch one tribe ethnic nation against the other. It's not going to work for those of us who believe that the best of the North and the best of the South must come together to steer the shape of our nation. Do you understand me?
You know, I have looked at the people he's putting together. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the fact that, if I be honest with you, both of us are Yoruba men, that it's beginning to seem that our people they're going to get the best of the cherries. And if you want me to tell you what, I can tell you the things we've gotten already and the things that are likely to get. What are those? Come on, man. We're in charge of customs. We're in charge of police. We're in charge of army. We're in charge of CBN. We're in charge of IRS. We're in charge of taxation. We're in charge of appropriation. Have we become such a people that we can only be fair when we're talking about other people? I am beginning to see a pattern that we're getting, all of the cream is coming to us. And what we will not accept from Buhari, who was even fairer to us than he was to his people, we must be brave enough to say this is not the right way to go even for us. We're not going to suddenly become a parochial people who insist that all of the things in the country, Yoruba people are the... Listen, Shehu, does it not prick your soul that you are putting 10 in one place, 9 in one place, 7 in one place, 5 in one place, and you're giving the Southeast Igbos 5? And I can tell you for free, Shehu, there is no mental capacity, validation, education, authentication that you are looking for in the world that you will not find within the Igbos, either in Nigeria or in the diaspora. Why would you now start telling me that you can get 10 from the Northwest, you can get 9 from the Southwest, and you are telling me that you can only get 5 from them? So these are the issues.
In the Southeast has already, has a long history of marginalization. The exclusion of the Southeast from the scheme would be a recipe for renewed agitation by the region for an independent state. Therefore, for the sake of unity, we urge the federal government to incorporate the educational institutions of the Southeast region into the scheme. Forewarned, they say, is forearmed.